Hello students, welcome back our chemistry online class. So in the last class we discussed about book back questions from unit 10, right? So 10th unit matter around us. Here book back questions only we discussed, right? So now we got the reduced syllabus. So based on this syllabus, very limited portions only we have to learn. Okay, so that up to this much you need to learn. Okay, so page number 117, remaining everything deleted portions. Okay, so need to learn remaining portions up to this homogeneous and heterogeneous. Okay, now we can continue to mark the book back question answers. So in the last class we marked Roman letter up to Roman letter 5, right? So today we are going to mark Roman letter 6. Answer briefly. See the first question. Which of the following are pure substance? Okay, so some names they given. You need to find out what are the pure substance. Okay, ice, milk, iron, hydrochloric acid, mercury, brick and water. So except this milk and brick, remaining everything you should note it, that is a pure substance. Okay, pure substance means cannot be broken easily, right? So they are the pure substance. So except this milk and brick. So your answer ice, iron, hydrochloric acid, mercury and water. And see the second question. Oxygen is very essential for us to live. It forms 21% of air by volume. Is it an element or compound? So see here, it forms 21% of air by volume. So out of 100, 21% is oxygen, right? So 21% is fully pure oxygen. It does not mix with the carbon. It does not mix with the oxygen. It does not mixed with the hydrogen or nitrogen. Okay, fully pure oxygen. Okay, so it is an element. Okay, element. If compound means it must be mixed with some other element, right? You all know. Element means pure metal. So oxygen is an element. And your answer this much only. Okay, is it an element or compound? Oxygen is an element. Then third one, you have just won a medal made of 22 karat gold. Have you just pursued a pure substance or impure substance? You know, gold is made a gold, that is not a pure gold. It was made with what? What metal can you say? Yes, very good, copper. Okay, gold mixed with copper. So it is pure or impure? Impure substance. So write down the answer. Near that question you need to write down 22 karat gold is mixed with copper. 22 karat gold is mixed with copper. So it is impure substance. Note it. See the next question. How will you separate a mixture containing sawdust, naphthalene and iron fillings? So you can say the answer. See how we can separate the mixture containing sawdust. Sawdust means ordinary dust. Then naphthalene. Naphthalene, this like a mothballs. Okay, mothballs. And iron fillings. Iron dust. Okay. So see, iron dust we can use to separate magnet. To remove the iron dust, we can use magnet. Okay, if we show this magnet, this iron magnet will attract the iron particles. For that we can separate out that iron. Okay, and naphthalene, by sublimation method we can separate out. Okay, we can separate out the naphthalene. Remaining sawdust is there. Okay, so you write down the answer in your chemistry note. Take your chemistry note and write it. Question also you want to write it. Okay, so see the answer. To separate iron fillings from a mixture, we can use a magnet. This is called magnetic separation method. Okay, so using the magnet, if we are separate out ion particles, means that is a magnetic separation method. Okay, if we are using magnet, that is magnetic separation method. And the second point, by sublimation, naphthalene can be separated out from sawdust. You know the sublimation process, what we did, we have to heat it first. Okay, when we are heating, this solid will be directly changes into gaseous state. Okay, so after changing in this naphthalene into gaseous form, remaining sawdust is there. We can separate out the sawdust. Okay, note it in your chemistry note. Okay, write down. And fifth question, how are homogeneous solution different from heterogeneous solution? Explain with the examples. Already we marked these questions, right? Yes. Then Roman letter 7, first question, write the difference between elements and compounds and give an example. This one also already we marked, right? So the second and third questions from omitted portions. Okay, so you need to learn these two questions. Okay, so detailed question, only one question, that is elements and compounds. Okay, this much only. And in this lesson, what are the questions you need to learn now? So in this one more questions, book back one more questions, everything you need to learn up to this Roman letter for up to this filling the blanks. Okay, everything, should not omit any questions, everything you need to learn. And this answer very briefly, the small Roman letter 5, first two questions already we learned. Okay, now only we got the reduced syllabus, right? So now you need to learn this two questions. You have to start to learn from this third question, fourth question and fifth question. Okay, so this Roman letter 5, only 3 questions, 3, 4 and 5. And this Roman letter 6, everything you need to learn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so everything you need to learn. And this Roman letter 7, only one question, this elements and compounds. Okay, remaining 2 questions you need to learn. Okay, so now we can study next lesson. Okay, so the next lesson, unit 11, that is atomic structure. Okay, unit 11, what is that topic? Atomic structure. So, atomic structure means, from the heading itself you can understood, in this lesson we are going to discuss the structure of atoms. Okay, the structure of atoms. So an example, if we are giving a toy to a child, what they will do? They will play with that toy, right? So after few days or few weeks or few months, the child will broke that toy, right? So because this child need to find out what are the things present inside that toy, right? So they will broke and they will play, right? So like that, our scientists also curious about the internal structure of an atom. Okay, first they found an atom. After that they are very interested to learn what are the things present inside an atom. Okay, so that they are curious about the internal structure of an atom. They want to find out, for that they want to find out what are the particles present inside an atom and how the particles are arranged inside an atom, right? So for explaining this, many scientists proposed various atomic models. Okay, many scientists proposed various atomic models. In your 8th standard, you have learned the Dalton atomic theory, J.J. Thomson models, right? So the scientists are explaining these theories, right? About the atomic models, they are explaining about this theories. You have learned in your 8th standard. So now this year we are briefly discussing about the subatomic particles. Okay, so we are going to learn the structure of an atom. Okay, subatomic particles of an atom. What are the subatomic particles present inside an atom, and how the particles are arranged inside an atom? These things only mainly we are going to discuss in this lesson. Okay, are you ready to learn? Yes. Okay, so see this picture, students. This is a model of an atom. Okay, so structure of an atom. So each and every atom have small nucleus. You know, atom is the smallest particle, right? So each particle have small nucleus. So in this atom have a nucleus. This nucleus contains protons, neutrons and electrons. Okay, these are the subatomic particles. So what are the subatomic particles present inside an atom? Your answer: protons, neutrons and electrons. Okay, so inside the nucleus, what are the particles are there? Protons and neutrons. Okay, this positive charge particles are protons, and then this empty space, okay, neutrons have no charge. Okay, these are called as neutrons. So protons and neutrons are present inside the nucleus. And see, can you able to see the negative particles? Yes. So this is called as electrons. Okay, electron have negative charge. So always the opposite charge particles only can attract each other, right? So the negative charge particles are always revolving around the nucleus, because here positive charge is there, no? So to attract this positive particles, they are always revolving around the nucleus. Okay, these are the structure of an atom. Okay, so each atom have a nucleus. Nucleus contains two subatomic particles. Nucleus contains two subatomic particles, that is proton and neutron. Okay, proton and neutron. This red color is proton and this green color is neutrons. And this electrons are revolving around the nucleus. Have you understood? So just introduction only we discussed now. Okay, so in this lesson start from page number 128, 11.5. okay, remaining everything previous pages and all omitted portions. Okay, so you have to start to learn from this page number 128. Okay, just you note it in your book. Have to start to learn from this 11.5. okay, in this lesson, first we are going to study about atomic number and mass number. Okay, what is atomic number and what is mass number? See, only hydrogen atom have one proton in their nuclei. So only helium atom have two proton in their nuclei. Listen here. So how we can predict the atomic number and mass number? Okay, see, this is a nitrogen atom. Okay, this is a nitrogen atom. So in this nitrogen atom have how many protons and how many electrons? You need to find out. Okay, so before that I am going to say one thing. So just you listen carefully. So atomic number means, what is atomic number? Atomic number means number of protons or number of electrons. Okay, this is the basic thing. So listen carefully. It is very, very helpful to learn up to your higher classes itself. Okay, so what is atomic number means number of protons or number of electrons. Okay, so see this picture. Already I told you this positive charges is a protons. Okay, count this protons: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here one positive charge, so 7. So how many protons are there? 7. Okay, and count the neutrons. 1. Okay, this is the first shell. Okay, so first shell, sorry, not neutrons, electrons. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so number of electrons 7. So number of protons and number of electrons are same. Okay, so can you say how many what is the atomic number for this nitrogen atom? 7. Okay, because proton 7, electron 7. So atomic number means number of protons or number of electrons. Okay, so the number of atomic number for nitrogen atom is 7. Okay, this is the atomic number. And mass number. So mass number, how we can predict, you know, number of protons plus number of neutrons, that is mass number. Okay, number of protons plus number of neutrons. So you know 7 protons are there, this green color neutrons. So now we can count this neutrons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 neutrons. Okay, so 7 plus 7, 7 neutron and 7 protons. So 7 plus 7, 14. So the mass number for nitrogen atom is 14. So you know what is the symbol for nitrogen? N, right? The symbol for nitrogen is N. So N, and we have to write this atomic number in subscript. Okay, atomic number you should denote it as a subscript. Okay, so subscript means down we need to note it there. Okay, you know what is the atomic number for nitrogen? 7, because number of protons and number of electrons are equal, right? Same. So number of proton 7. So atomic number is 7. Okay, and mass number, number of protons plus number of neutrons. So how many protons? 7 proton. And how many neutrons? 7 neutron. So 7 plus 7, 14. So the mass number for neutron is 14. Sorry, nitrogen is 14. Have you understood? So this is the atomic number and mass number. So see students, just consider that consider this X is is an element. Okay, and atomic number always we need to mark this subscript, and this mass number we need to denote the superscript. Okay, so nitrogen atomic symbol N and the atomic number 7, mass number 14. Okay, and one more thing you should remember, gold atom have 79 protons. Okay, so you should underline it. Gold atom have how many protons? 79 protons. So can you say what are the atomic number for gold? 79. Okay, what is the atomic number for gold? 79, because proton is 79. Okay, and you see atomic number near that Z is given, no? So this Z is the symbol for symbol for atomic number. Okay, Z is the symbol for atomic number and A is the symbol for mass number. Okay, Z is the symbol for atomic number, A is the symbol for mass number. Z means Sol, ZAHL, Sol. Z stands for Sol, which means number in German. In German, Sol means what? Number. Okay, so that they given Z. Okay, and mass number it was denoted as A, right? So A means azimudal in German. Okay, that is a German word. Okay, so that means mass, that means weight. So that they given A. Okay. And see students, one activity is given in your book. Symbolically represents the following atoms using atomic number and mass number. Refer table 11.2. In your book they given printing mistake. 11.1 is given, not 11.1, 11.2. Okay, you need to find out the symbol and its atomic number and its mass number. See, first carbon. Okay, you know what is the symbol for carbon? C, right? Carbon symbol is C. And I should find out the atomic number and mass number. This atomic number and mass number, if you don't know, means just refer table 11.2. It was given in page number 130. Okay, and you know where we need to write the atomic number, where we need to write the mass number. This activity is homework for you. You should write this activity in your homework note. Okay, homework note, you should write it and submit me. Okay, mom. Okay, see students, page number 130, this table only. If you are taking carbon, carbon symbol is C and atomic number 6 and mass number 12. Okay, so refer this table and do the activity. And one more example also given in your book to find out the mass number. See, for example, the number of neutrons in one atom of magnesium 1224 is. So here we need to find out number of neutrons. Okay, so number of neutrons, how we can find, mass number, sorry, not mass number, yes, number of neutron is equal to mass number minus atomic number. Okay, so here this is a atomic number and this is a mass number. So how we can find out the neutrons? To find out number of neutrons, what is the formula? Mass number minus atomic number. So 24 minus 12, right? So your answer is 12. So 12 neutrons. How many neutrons present in magnesium? 12 neutrons. Okay, and test yourself. One more activity is given. Calculate the number of neutrons in the following atoms. Okay, aluminium, first aluminium, number of atomic number 13 and mass number 27. So you need to find out neutrons. How you can find out the neutrons? Mass number minus atomic number. So like that you should find out. For this phosphorus and osmium, chromium, you have to find out it. Okay, and see the next box. Atomic number is designated as ZY. Already I told you, Z stands for Sol, which means number in German. Okay, like that A is the symbol recommended in the ACS style gauge instead of M. Mason-Sol in German. Okay, Mason-Sol in German. So that is the German word. Okay, German word Azimudal. So that we are using this A. Okay, and see the next problem. This is very important problem. Okay, so listen carefully. Calculate the number of element whose mass number is 39 and number of neutron is 20. Also find the name of the element. So what we need to calculate in this problem? Calculate the number of atomic number. So calculate the atomic number. So what are the things they given in this question? Mass number and neutron. Mass number 39, neutron 20. And we need to find out the name also. Okay, so we can find out the mass number. Mass number is given. Okay, so mass number is equal to, what is mass number? Atomic number plus number of neutrons, right? That means number of protons and number of neutrons. Okay, both are same only. Okay, so atomic number, from this we can find out the atomic number. Okay, so atomic number is equal to mass number minus this number of neutrons. Mass number how much? 39 minus number of neutrons how much? 20. Okay, so 39 minus 20, 19. So 19 means that element is a potassium. Okay, so if you have doubt, you just refer table 11.2. okay, so 90, atomic number 19 means the element name is potassium. Potassium symbol K. Okay, potassium symbol is K. Okay, so this problem very important one. Your homework, remember it, this activity box and this test yourself, this box. Okay, this two you should find out the answer. Okay, so thank you so much. We can continue in the next class.